Hello, my name is Vanessa Chavez, and I am one of the choir directors at Otto Middle School. And whether or not it says Chavez or Dunaway on your child's schedule, I'm one of their teachers. We both teach all classes all day. And for next year in 7th and 8th grade, we do the same thing. We co-teach. We think it serves many purposes, and it serves the students 100% to have us both teach at the same time. And thankfully, our administration allows us to do that with a common conference period. So anyway, my name is Ms. Chavez, and I've been teaching here for, I guess, 11 years, since the school opened. And my purpose statement every day is to encourage students to practice kindness to themselves and others. Yes, I teach music. Yes, I teach literacy. Yes, I teach how to take care of the voice and how to work on the optimal sound. But the biggest thing that gets me going every day and coming to work and excited to be with the kids is to help instill a sense of practicing kindness to themselves and others, especially with the voice. The voice is a very vulnerable thing to share it by themselves, to share for the class, to put themselves out there with the possibility of them making a mistake. And especially in these adolescent years of the fear of what their peers think. That to me is one of the most important things, especially with the nature of this class. Mr. Dunaway's purpose statement is he wants students to pursue their passions. Student safety is of utmost importance to us. At this point, there is a temporary mask mandate until Friday, September 24th. And even with the mask mandate, if you go to the district website, there are exemptions from that. But we recommend that, especially in choir, because the use of our articulators, our lips, our teeth, and our tongue, our use of diction, we do encourage them to use lots of crisp consonants, so that, and then the singing, that it does involve a little bit more of that spray, the saliva spray. So it can be a risky place with that. So we do recommend masks, and then we offer all students face shields. We have like 300 in the closet ready for them to use. Mr. Dunaway and I both use masks, and I use a face shield when I sing. For our concerts, we'll keep you posted on the expectations with masks and face shields to that, but we're going to follow the district procedures protocol for those situations. Assessments, we have two types of assessments. We have daily grades, and daily grades are 40% of the grade. And was that right? Well, a major evaluation grades, 60. My math is now adding up there. 60, I think. So daily grades, that's going to be anything like we had a scavenger hunt recently where they had to find things on our website, written assessments, exit tickets, and then checklist squares. Thing about checklist squares is that's something, it's going to be just a snapshot of what your child is doing on that day. Our first one is the easiest one. They were in their seat, they had their binder, they had their materials, but they're going to get a little bit more complex and a little bit more challenging. Our next checklist square is going to be where are they standing or sitting in the correct position? So that means if a student is like slouching a little bit, they're not going to get points for that. Or maybe they're not making the right vowel shape. That one's going to be harder because of the masks. But the thing with that is we actually don't, it's not the purpose of these assessment squares, checklist squares, or not to like catch like, aha, you weren't doing what you needed to be doing. But more to encourage them to get to that place of 100% success. So if you see like a 25 in the grade book or 50 in the grade book, don't worry. Our goal is to get them to 100. So that's just the beginning of their journey of meeting our expectations and the high expectations we have for them. Anything that deals with singing is going to be a major evaluation grade. We've already had a singing test where they sang do, re, mi, re, do, and they sang that in front of the class as an individual or one-on-one, and we give them positive feedback. Rehearsals, we don't have our rehearsal until November something, and that's going to be a combined rehearsal, and then our concert is 3 evaluation grades, and those are of utmost importance to us. They are a part of what we do in the class. It's not all we do in the class is preparation for concerts, but it's a huge part of what we do in choir, getting ready for those performances. Something to expect of what we teach, like, what do? You sing songs? Yeah, we do sing songs, but we do a lot more. And a lot of times the students, there's a little bit of culture shock with like, what do you mean? like I have to hold a binder. What? We have to do these things. We have to read music. So it can be a little bit of a shock to them, and especially to parents if they see like what we do. So we encourage you to come to our concert October 7th. So we take what they did in elementary and we move at a more rapid pace on music literacy, how to read music. So we do a lot of staff work. Right now, we're doing focusing on how to count measures, how to read the system of music. Let me go fast forward. So like right here, this is an example of a system. You have the soprano 1, soprano 2, alto, piano line. So they're expected, or our job is to help them figure out how to follow their line, how to follow the system. And so we've been doing a lot of highlighting because it can get really confusing really fast. Rhythm reading, we go from ta, 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 ta to number counting. Oral skills, we develop their inner hearing. We do a lot of intervallic work, tonal patterns, do, mi, so, mi, do. And with the idea that hopefully in the next few weeks, they're able to, okay, you want to find do to so. Well, what do? You use your strategies. Do, re, mi, fa, so, do, so. So we want them to be really independent musicians as they go on with us, hopefully for 3 years. Vocal technique, Dunaway and I are both classically trained musicians. But the really cool thing about being a classically trained musician is you can use that technique and apply it to different other forms, pop music, classical music, obviously, Broadway, Disney musical, that kind of stuff. So you can apply it to many, many forms, other forms of singing, and it's going to keep your voice healthy, and it's going to preserve your vocal hygiene, just taking care of your voice. Repertoire typically is going to be within the folk range. So folk music, classical music, and we do a variety from diverse cultures. So we are doing a song that's German. We're looking for some other pieces. But the idea is that like America is not the only culture that exists, and music is a beautiful and seamless way of introducing just briefly other cultures and language also. Concert. And then of course we teach them how to be a performer and how to be an audience member. This is an example of something we're working on. I think everybody's to number 3. And so we work a lot with solfege. That's kind of our language in choir. So this would be like do, mi, so, mi, do. And the goal is to get through there's actually 13 by the first semester. And this will create a palette of having having just kind of like a background of like, ti, re, do. Oh, I know what that sounds like because of our essential intervals. This is a goal. So right now it's a struggle for some of the students to sing, some of these like do, re, mi, or going from do, mi, do, so, mi, so, and then going on to the next stuff. It can be challenging for them, but we want to get this really solid before we get to where they eventually end up, which is reading at sight, 3-part music without any help whatsoever. So it's a really, really cool thing that happens if the student stays all 3 years and then beyond. Concerts. So not only is our concerts important for us as a means of assessment, of showing of putting all of our work together with all the choir members, but it also is a standard in Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills. Asks for the critical evaluation, students responding, evaluating. After your child has a concert, they do an evaluation of how they did, how the choir did, which gets them thinking critically and positively about themselves. So demonstrate appropriate concert stage etiquette, and then perform in a variety of settings, which they will be doing. We will have 4 concerts. By the way, that little QR code at the bottom, that's our website. A lot of information on our website, calendar, our daily slide, videos of me doing warm-ups, stuff about advocacy. What else? There's some music theory tools, and then some fun stuff. There's like opera blob stuff. I think it's super cute. So our first concert, October 7th, and it is going to be just during the day. Nothing special with the schedule of the day. It's not in the evening yet. And we'll get you a Google Meet or Google invite or some Zoom invite. And at that point, hopefully we'll have our choir t-shirts, and students will wear those choir t-shirts to the concert. And it'll be more of like a demonstration concert as opposed to like song 1, clap, song 2, clap. It'll be more like, this is our warm. This is what our warm-ups look up. This is what looks like. This is what our rhythm looks like. This is what sight reading looks like. And this is what running through songs looks like. Our first live concert is going to be December 2nd. It is going to be in the Auto Cafeteria. Students arrive at 6 p.m. and they need to provide their own transportation. There is no bus. We prefer that students leave the campus so they can eat, relax, and give us time also. I mean, I have 2 kids. I need to pick them up to figure out what's going on with that. And they come back dressed in their formal uniform. And the concert's at 6:30, free of charge, and it should be about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Plano Music Festival, that is where this will be. I'm thinking that this is going to be more of like an optional situation because we are singing for 3 judges. We're going to need outside of school rehearsal. So probably it'll be like your child needs to attend at least two before school rehearsals so we can practice all 3 choir classes together before we sing for a judge. And the event is Wednesday, April 27th, and it's going to be during the day. So we might be asking for some chaperones as we get closer. And then our pop show is May 2nd, Monday, May 2nd. I forgot, there's another concert in the spring. It's in February, but it'll be similar to the winter concert. So three evening concerts, winter, spring, and then the pop show. Pop show is really fun. We have students audition if they want to sing their own solo. We'll have plenty of solos, and it'll be all light fare, Broadway, pop, that kind of stuff. Our choir uniform. So our first October 7th concert is just going to be choir t-shirt jeans, but our winter concert, we will have we're asking students to use their choir uniform. Males generally, so anybody can wear this uniform, anybody in choir, but males generally wear black slacks, black long sleeve button down dress shirt, maroon tie we provide. They're super nifty. They're a zip tie, black belt, black dress shoes, black socks. So everything black. So start thinking about that, making those purchases now. Maybe wait until like October because I know kids grow like crazy at this age. So October, no later than November to get that uniform ready for the December concert. Our choir t-shirt, it is an expectation for students to purchase. We don't expect choir students to buy really anything except the choir t-shirt. And so they're expected to purchase it, and it's going to be used for the pop show, group pictures, the opening concert October 7th, socials, things like that. Generally for females, but anybody can wear this. Many options here. You can wear black slacks and black blouse. We do ask that the sleeves are 3/4 lengths or longer. Black skirt, we prefer knee length, but if it's not knee length, then please have them wear leggings. At a professional choir concert, the gowns for typically females would be completely to the floor. You don't even see the feet. But we know these are 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, so we just want as little amount of skin to show because it's very formal and very formal. Black dress is also optional, an option. You see this young lady here in this picture. She's wearing a black dress that is actually above the knee, so she makes it okay by wearing leggings, and it is short sleeve, so she wears a cardigan. So that's an easy way of making skirts and dresses okay. And black closed-toe shoes. They are going to be going up and down the risers, and we'd hate for them to fall or trip because they're wearing heels. Select choir, this is optional, but it is an auditioned group. Auditions are December 8th and 9th. And it's a pop group. I mean, it's kind of, they sing pop eventually, but it's also just a regular choir group that pop and regular choir music. I mean, they meet outside the school day. The rehearsals are going to be Tuesday mornings from 7:30 to 8:20, and it starts January 18th. And if you're like, well, I can't get my kid to school, they ride the bus. There is an activity bus that can bring them very early. Probably pick them up around their elementary from like 6:50, something like that, and get them to Auto at 7. It's early, but it's once a day and once a week. I mean, and if they're really into choir and they want more, maybe they were in PCC or maybe they were in their own honor choir back at elementary, or they just want to learn at a faster pace. This is for them. And they perform at the spring concert, pop show, open house, and Plano Music Festival in April. We do have voice lessons. They haven't started yet because we're currently looking for a voice teacher, but voice lessons are a great way to get some one-on-one time with a trained professional. Even if we wanted to have, like, even if your child came to tutorials, be like, I want to work on this concept, that's nothing compared to a weekly voice lesson for almost half an hour with a professional. They can work one-on-one with them with their range, their literacy, their tone production. So I highly recommend it. But we'll keep you posted if and when we get our voice teacher, and it is a year-long commitment. Our upcoming dates are Thursday, November 18th. We have our first combined rehearsal at 7:30. All students are required to attend. That's one of those things, of those like major evaluation grades, anything that involves singing and concerts. And they need to enter through door 11. The school doesn't open until 7:45. So how do they get in? There's what's it called? A tennis courts in the back of the building. That's where the fine arts people park, and we come in through that area. So there's all doors at Auto, or I think all PISD schools are labeled with numbers. So it's called door 11. Dunaway and I will be there, and we'll open the door for them before 7:25, before 7:30. Okay. And then our winter concert's Tuesday, November 30th, and it's going to be so nice. It'll be the first concert in over a year and a half. So I'm very excited. Please feel free to contact us with any questions, comments, concerns, and email. We'll probably get to you a little quicker. Voicemail we check at the end of the day or in the morning, but give us about 48 hours to respond. And then our choir calendar. Yeah. And socials, I haven't talked about socials. Socials, we put on hold the first 9 weeks per the some things that the district came out with, strongly recommending that we avoid those types of things. So the socials hopefully are going to come back for the second 9 weeks, and you can check out the choir calendar for our proposed socials. So let me know if there's anything I can do to help, any questions you have. We're so glad you guys are, your kids are in our class, and thank you for supporting the fine arts and the choir program. We really appreciate it, and hope to see you every year for the next few years.